This is part 2 of the story of Pélops. If you haven't seen part 1, go over to my page and get caught up. We left off when Pélops, the hero, he's kind of not really a hero. Well, I don't think he's that heroic. He is about to compete in a chariot race for the hand in marriage of Princess Hippodamia. But her father, the king, has been one by one killing off all of Hippodamia's suitors after beating them in a chariot race. He killed 18 suitors. Now, the king, he has his own charioteer. One of them is called Myrtilus, and when Pélops and his friends arrive in Pisa, the place where he's the king, Pélops somehow persuades Myrtilus to basically sabotage the king, to tamper with the chariot in order for him to lose. Even though Pélops has like a magical godly chariot that he was given by his ex-lover Poseidon, somehow he also needs sabotage on his side. So Pélops approaches Myrtilus and says, "Hey, if you help me beat the king and let me marry Hippodamia, I will promise half of the kingdom to you, and you get to sleep with my wife on our wedding night. As in, you get to take her virginity. Not like Hippodamia has any say in the matter." Gross. But Myrtilus thinks this is a great idea, and in the middle of the night, Myrtilus goes to King O's chariot, and he replaces all the bronze linchpins from the wheel with beeswax. And somehow the king didn't notice. So the race is basically over as soon as it began. And Pélops obviously wins the chariot race. But not only does he win the chariot race, the king actually dies as a result of his chariot falling apart and his horses dragging him around. So Myrtilus made good on his promise to Pélops, and now he wants his part of the deal. There are a few versions about what happens here. In one of them, Myrtilus is too impatient and tries to sleep with Hippodamia before her wedding to Pélops. Or Hippodamia kind of consensually sleeps with Myrtilus before she gets married to Pélops. Either way, Pélops decides to kill Myrtilus after he helped, but he did try and sleep with his wife, even though he promised him that he could sleep with his wife. I'm confused. Anyway, this guy, the king, the father of Hippodamia, is dead now, and Pélops decides to hold funeral games at a place called Olympia. They did this to honor the dead king, and these funeral games included his favorite sport of chariot racing and various other sports, and thus was born the Olympic Games. And Pélops became a famous king and hero of the area, ultimately giving his name to the Peloponnese. And that's the story of the first Olympic Games.